How you doing, guys? It's Ricky here. So this is actually only going to be like the second fitness related video that I've made, but since the accident I've been coming back into the gym a little bit lately, and I wanted to make a video talking to you guys about how you can safely and still effectively train in the gym with handicaps, whether in my case it's just the messed up leg, but I've trained with people before that are in a wheelchair and still bench and use dumbbells and free weights, and also obviously you can relatively safely just use machines and stuff like that, which is mostly what I'll be doing. So I'm not going to do too much lower body exercises. I might hop on the like a leg extension and leg curl machines, just to kind of try to balance out hamstring and quad strength, because right now I'm very right quad dominant from hopping around and whatnot. But other than that, I'm just going to do chest and back, start off with bench, probably do some antagonist supersets for chest and back, and then hit some arms, and that's going to be just about it. And throughout the video, talk about different tips and tricks, how you can make simple machine exercises a little bit more effective for anybody that is limited to using machines like that. And stack loaded machines will be your best bet. That way you don't have to mess with plates and stuff like that. Alright, so I already warmed up and I'm starting off with bench. Of course, I always start off with my compound lift in any workout that I do. You're at a greater risk of injury if you're already handicapped or recovering from an injury, or have a disability from whatever chronic issue you might have. So to reduce our risk of injury while doing a heavy compound lift especially, I'm going to stick to a lighter weight, and I'm just going to go for reps at 225 and not try to go with a super heavy weight on bench, and just try to get some good work in and make sure we're working the chest out still, maintaining proper technique on the bench, and that way once I'm fully recovered, I'm not rusty on my recovery and whatnot. Alright, so depending on your injury, I probably wouldn't recommend that you try to train legs, but my injury, I don't feel like keeps me from being able to hit legs. Right now, my right quad and my right calf are like twice as big as my left, so I'm going to try to balance it out today. So I'm going to hit leg extensions and leg curls on a seated, stack-loaded machine. I don't have to mess with plates, anything like that. I can just set the weight to what I need on the stack, and do an antagonist superset for quads and hamstrings while sitting down, and I'm going to pad my cast with a little foam pad here. Alright, so now that I hit a little bit of legs, I'm going to go back to chest and back. I would recommend finding, again, stack machines that way you're not trying to mess with plates. And then also, obviously I'm not worried about building my strength right now, so I'm trying to maintain my mass or maybe even get bigger while I'm recovering, right? So to get as big of a stretch as possible while on these machines, you can see if I normally just sit back right here, like if I was bench pressing, the bar wouldn't even be touching my chest right now. So this is not very good depth at all. So what I'm doing, I've got my handy dandy foam roller. I'm making sure it's right in the center of my back. And then now when I go and I do my pressing, I can get a really deep stretch because the weight's offloaded on the stack about right here, and this is underneath my chest if I press my chest out and roll my shoulders back. So I'm getting a really big stretch in the chest. You can actually build some serious muscle with this. Alright, so I'm supersetting my chest press with a seated, chest-supported horizontal row. So I can't use like a regular horizontal cable row from my foot not being able to put on my foot on the ground or on the pad. So I'm using a chest-supported row here, and I've got the press the pad for the chest set all the way out. So now when I set this all the way out, it's kind of difficult to grab my weight, but that allows me to be able to roll my shoulders forward really far and get a big stretch of the rhomboid muscles in the upper back. And if I want to try to hit my lats a little more, I can try to sit my butt as far back as possible and get my chest really low. So now it's almost like a pull-up when I grab this, and I grab really high on these handles. I can stretch my lats out a lot more when I roll my shoulders forward. All right, so we can hit all sorts of different upper back muscles really good with this chest supported row, and get a really big stretch and still build some muscle by having this pad all the way out. All right, so the last thing I'm gonna hit is arms. Again, trying to use as few exercises as possible to still be able to build muscle. So I'm going for 2 exercises that are gonna allow me to get a really big stretch in the bicep and in the tricep. So what I've got here is a cable machine, stack loaded cable setup, but these 2 cables are really close. So I'm able to reach back, grab this, lean over here, grab this one, and do my exercise this way. But if you don't have a setup like this in your gym, just grab 2 dumbbells and set them up next to your bench. You can always find benches right next to dumbbell racks. So hopefully it isn't too difficult for you to set it up, but we can do the same thing. All right, so I'm just doing this bicep curl in the incline bench, getting a really big stretch in the bicep. And same thing with like an overhead skull crusher, getting a really big stretch in the tricep, as long as I keep my elbows kind of behind my head here. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the workout and can use this to help you feel confident that you can get back in the gym and still safely train and still make really good progress even while recovering from an injury. All right. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe for future content. I'm probably going to continue to post things related to my recovery like this, so stay tuned for more.